Hey equestrians, Polly from Blue Ribbon Law here. Today we're going to be talking all about boarding stables. Are you currently running a boarding stable, thinking about building one, or even buying a property with an existing stable? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need to listen up so that you can avoid making the three biggest mistakes we see boarding stables make so that you don't end up putting your investment at risk. After years of advising stable owners, we've heard it all, from the stable that is stuck with someone who has stopped paying the board, to one with an abandoned horse, or even the one that had a horse severely injured on its property. Unfortunately, most of these types of conversations are had after the problem has occurred, and the boarding stable now needs our help to solve their problem. The biggest mistake a boarding stable can make is not having proper documentation. At a minimum, a boarding stable should have a boarding agreement, a release of liability, and a written set of rules. With a well-drafted boarding agreement, a stable can proactively address what happens when a boarder stops paying board or what happens to that horse that's abandoned on their property. A well-drafted release of liability allows a stable to protect themselves if someone is injured on the property. Having documents drafted properly by a trusted equine advisor can provide you with peace of mind, knowing that you have a solution before the problem has even happened. The second big mistake we see boarding stables make is continuing to run a business as a sole proprietor. If you want to add a layer of protection between your personal assets and a lawsuit, creating a limited liability company or other entity can provide you with that extra layer. Of course, there are a lot of considerations you need to think about. If you decide to form an LLC, there are many informal things that you can do with that company, but it does come with some limitations. For example, you must keep proper accounting records and not commingle business funds and personal funds. Determining and forming the right type of entity is something we help clients with on a regular basis. Now, I do want to caution you from thinking that incorporation alone is the silver bullet to asset protection, as that's just not the case. But it does provide you with another tool to protect your business and your assets. The third mistake we routinely see boarding stables make is either having the wrong type of insurance or being underinsured. Having worked with boarding stables for many years, we see the value to our clients of having proper insurance. In most instances, a boarding stable will have a farm policy that not only covers the property itself, but also the equestrian activities that take place on the property. If someone falls off and is injured and brings a lawsuit, the stable's farm policy insurance should provide a defense. Another type of insurance we always recommend is care, custody, and control insurance. This will provide you with coverage if a horse is injured under your care. At Hay and Hay, we don't provide insurance services, but we know how crucial having insurance is to protecting yourself, and we can make recommendations on insurance agent partners that can serve you best. Look, I understand that if you're already running your boarding stable, you might be asking yourself, why go through all the hassle of this? Well, as I said in the beginning, most people we hear from come to us after there's a problem. The reality is that if they were to come to us before the problem and proactively make sure that their documentation is in good order, their entity is in the proper form, and they are adequately insured, when something does go wrong, they will be so much better prepared. So whether or not you're already running a boarding stable or about to start one, call our office today to schedule a consultation so that we can help you avoid these three mistakes and the many others we see boarding stables make.